Our children are literally eating themselves to death.
The nation got a report card on obesity today, and the country flunked.
But it also leads to 120,000 more deaths in this country every year.
Children are more inactive than ever. That's just part of what many say is to blame for the child obesity crisis.
Today, a government panel issued a brand new plea for all of us to change how we eat.
Wisconsinites are fat. It comes from the State Department of Health.
If we think our health care costs are high now, just wait until 10 years from now. Now think about the many billions we're going to be spending then. Now, we all know that we can't solve our health care problems unless we address our childhood obesity problem too.
In 2010, Wisconsin was the 24th heaviest state in the nation. In 2011, this year, the new numbers are that we are 25th. So instead of saying we're not that bad and, oh, there are 24 states ahead of us, we're still middle of the pack. We still have 27% of Wisconsin state individuals who are obese, and obesity is a health hazard.
The trends show that up to approximately 2/3 of adults in Wisconsin are either overweight or obese. Among kids, it's potentially even more alarming in that obesity has doubled among children and tripled among adolescents over the past few decades.
Access to healthy foods in environments that aren't conducive to physical activity are much more prevalent in those low-income areas, those minority-serving areas, in rural areas. We see the same thing in schools. Those schools that serve ethnic minorities and low-income households and in rural areas, they're just, the opportunities are fewer.
Some of the things that we do in the clubhouse is we really try to get the kids active. We're really trying to make an effort to fight the childhood obesity epidemic that's going on. So we really do try to get the kids up and moving through some of our cardio clubs that we have. We also try to get the kids to do different activities during the day that make them move. So we do some jumping of rope, we do some running. I think what's at stake is just the future of our young people. Like I said, the childhood obesity issue is becoming a really, really big issue nationwide. There are a lot of initiatives going on really trying to combat that. I just think that the future, our children's futures are at stake right now. And it's up to people like myself and other people who work in the capacity where you affect children to really get the information out to them.
I come here to exercise because it helps me stay in shape for basketball, for my school. I like to be competitive and I like to play other teams and travel around to other cities to play other girls. Every now and then I'll eat some kind of junk food. Yeah, like if I get a sub from Subway, I try to control my portions. I try to get I'll eat half now and then eat half later because if I'm full, I'll try not to overstuff myself. And I'll just try to eat better and then drink lots of water afterwards. Most of my family are bigger, and I just think that if I'm fit, that I can help them become fit.
I eat vegetables. My mom makes me eat them, even though I don't want to. It'll help you when you get older, because when you're younger, you have a higher metabolism, but then once you get older, it starts to slow down. And so if you continue to eat unhealthy food, then you're gonna gain weight, and your exercise, if you exercise, it'll help you keep a healthy weight.
Well, I started playing volleyball when I was in 7th grade, and I always really liked it, but I realized that as I got older, if I wanted to continue to be able to play at a competitive level, I had to exercise more and get more in shape and work harder to be more advanced and doing something that I really wanted to do. I would definitely encourage more people to try to get exercise, even if it's 30 minutes a day, at least something, instead of sitting around watching TV or something.
I love playing volleyball because it really gets you to do teamwork and shows that you can be a good leader. And I just love being on a team, so it's good for me. I think that eating healthy foods and working out, it will help me in school mentally, because I know if I eat fattening food during lunch, I'm very sleepy in my classes.
If you change the health of Brown County children, That means you're essentially changing the health downstream of Brown County adults, which nicely in a domino effect helps out in general. So out of that came the 54218 program. And why those numbers? For a couple of different reasons. Firstly, the challenge was, what do we focus on? To get healthy kids, what do you focus on? Well, there's a lot you can do, but what are the most important things that rise to the top? Those numbers represent what rose to the top. Eating well, 5, right? 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. 4, hydrating, 4 bottles of water a day. 2, not more than 2 hours of screen time a day. 1, at least 60 minutes or an hour of physical activity. And 8, at least 8 hours of sleep. Now, we wanted Brown County to be a healthy place to live, and so we shaped this, the 54218, to be a zip code, and that is a zip code.
Who knows what these are?
Some peppers.
Peppers, very good. Who knows what this is?
Arugula.
Who knows what this is? Onion.
With our cooking club here at the Boys and Girls Club, we actually have partnered with UWGB, and their students come in and actually help us with our meals. We get UWGB students to come into the clubhouse twice a week, and they actually meet with our club members, and we work on trying to make meals that are very, very nutritious and that can be made rather easily. A lot of our kids actually prepare their own meals at home, and so these meals that we have the kids make in collaboration with the UWGB Cooking Club are things that the kids can actually go home and replicate themselves.
Who's made dough from scratch before?
It's fun.
Okay, well, you get to today, you're gonna pull your own dough.
It is a difficult issue for some of these families to be able to afford some of these, the vegetables and fruits in order to get the 5 servings a day. We do talk to kids about that and try to really come up with alternatives to some of those issues. I know that we have food pantries in the areas. It's hard to grow gardens indoor or outdoor during the winter months, so that makes it really difficult.
We are cooking today a veggie pizza, and we're making the dough by hand, and we're just adding the veggies on. I like about Cooking Club is that you get to explore different kinds of foods and have fun while you're doing it.
Cooking healthy. I know some things about that, because I was at my cousin's house one day, and then I made this soup. She had me cooking garlic, cutting onions and potatoes, and I just looked at her like, dang, I don't know how to do this. And then she sat there and taught me how to do all those things. And then I didn't know all this stuff can be healthy for your appetite. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do it.
I cook with my mom. Like, she be needing help. Like, she cook hamburgers or something, and she asked me to help her, like, fold the patties and stuff up, and I help her. It's fun cooking with my mom. I love to cook. I think it's fun. And I like cutting up vegetables and stuff.
I think it was really neat to be able to see the kids trying new things and that they were actually open to trying new things. I was more expecting them to be more standoffish of trying different things, and I was really surprised that they were willing to open up and, you know, and they were honestly telling us what they hadn't tried and were piling it on their pizzas even though they had never had it before, and they ate it. So we know, you know, for me I learned that they are very open-minded, and if you guide them in the right direction, they are able to learn what healthy eating is and are willing to do it.
I have met families who have giggled over the fact that we're going to learn to bake chicken today. They've never baked chicken. I have met children that have never had a fresh pear or have never seen a fresh pineapple. So I think adding home economics back into the schools is a very good thing.
The two really go together, nutrition and physical activity. And so not only being aware of what our food environment looks like, but also how easy it is for us to get physical activity on a day-to-day basis. And you know, as you kind of think about the way that we've evolved as a culture over the last several decades, we've engineered physical activity out of our lives. You know, we have to be really intentional about being physically active.
The reality is, for many parents, we are way too busy to learn about what to do, right? Kids in school, when they learn this material, if you are a teenager, and you know what's healthy, and you see your household not doing it, don't sit back. Your parents tell you to do enough things. Why don't you share some of the good information with your parents? So the 54218 program is this effort to make it easy for Brown County to have something to rally around.